Hello, YouTube. Okay, intro time. Hello? Oh, wait! The tier list, I have to hide it. Okay, you didn't see that. You didn't see that. You didn't see that. So today we're gonna do a tier list of my college general ed classes. So in my college, we have major classes and GE subjects. That's G, capital G, capital E. So it's like general education. So it's a mix of you have your gen ed subjects and then the major classes that are related to your major or the thing that you took. So I plan on doing a video about these specific majors because I have a lot to say. But there are a lot of those, and I want to get more people's opinions because everyone has a different experience about those major subjects. I have disclaimers. I'm from batch 2019, so I started college in 2019. And every year for us, the curriculum changes. Like, it changes every time. They're called different things. My older sister had completely different classes. But they're kind of the same. Like, some have matches, they just sound different. But it's different. It's probably going to be completely different for the next coming people. This is just my experience. Number 2, the GE experience and kind of every class experience is so heavily reliant on your teacher, on the professor that you get. Everything from the amount of workload you get to how heavy it is to how enjoyable it is, how much you learn. Like in the tier list, there'll be some like learned something, didn't learn something, but that's 100% just the prof. I have a rule though, no names allowed, specifically because of, it could be a bad year, it could be a bad term, it could be personal preference or whatever reason. We're not going to mention profs. This isn't going to be about teachers. This is specifically about like my experience with that class. And what makes that even more difficult is my third disclaimer, which is that the pandemic hit mid university for me. So at the end of my first year was the start of pandemic. We were all online. And then at I think the start of my fourth year, so the start of my last year, was like when we were starting to go back into school. So that must have been very difficult for a lot of people. Obviously, like changing the curriculum, trying to make it easier for online class. It was difficult to have the class. And I'm sure a lot of the subjects, a lot of the classes that I'm going to put in the like didn't learn and forgot section are going to be from this period. Like there's a specific few, especially towards the start of the pandemic, where no one was learning anything. Like we were just trying to survive. So it's not personal. This is just for fun. This is not like a super serious. It's just a tier list. Just a fun little tier list. For those that want to know. For those that want to like see if your experience is the same. And then I have another disclaimer. If you have specific questions about like specific profs, specific classes, the workload, all that stuff, or like my experience, you can join the Discord, which I have in the description and in the comments or whatever. You can join the Discord. You can ask. I can say no names in this video, but nothing's stopping me if you hit me up in Discord to say some names. But I digress. It's just fun and silly. Let's talk about the tier list things. Number 1 is love to retake. I would love to retake these classes. I have this mainly because there's some classes here that I know. Honestly, I'd take them again. Take this with a grain of salt. I love going to school. I love learning. I love having class. Like, genuinely, if it might seem boring to some people, but I could enjoy it. So don't take this seriously. Don't be like, I'm saying to take this class because I said no. Take this with a grain of salt. So the second tier is enjoyable. It was enjoyable. It was fun. I wouldn't necessarily take it again, or like I would take it again, but I wouldn't like enjoy it that much. I can just use this hand. And then next is learn something. I learned something. I don't necessarily like it, but it was good. I guess it did its job, is what I'm saying. And then the next one is forgot. I forgot it. I don't remember it. I'm gonna be honest, a lot of these, completely forgot. I did look into a little bit, like just to refresh my memory, I looked through group chats and my documents and stuff. But yeah, the next one is didn't learn anything. It's kind of similar to forgot, but forgot is like, I don't have anything bad to the subject. I just straight up, I remember it. And I remember that I didn't learn. That's what this is. And then this one is, I wish I didn't take it. That seems so harsh. And at first I was like, I don't think I'm gonna have a class in here. But then I was looking through these and I don't know. I might just. I have them arranged on like the time that I took them. So they're color coordinated. I'm in such a weird spot. They're color coordinated. The green was first year, the blue is second year, the orange is third year, and the purple is fourth year. Okay, so the grays are bonuses because you see how everything starts with GE? Like these are the course codes. GE means that they're a GE subject. These ones start with LC. I don't remember what LC stands for. I'm so sorry. But they're not GE subjects, although I'm pretty sure that they're required by everybody. So I think they're essentially GE subjects, but they're just kind of different. So I didn't want to include them, but they're kind of related. Okay, so the GE subjects, you're typically not with your like block. You're typically not with your majors, the people who have your majors. You're typically with random people, like across the whole college. So majority, again, back to the disclaimer, a lot of this also depends on your class, like how good your class was. That obviously attributed to some of these being a little forgettable. It's not personal. It's just how it is. Okay, so number one, the very first class I ever had, the first GE I had in the first term of first year was GEPCOM. I think this was like, my friend said it was purposive communication. I don't remember much of this. I do remember it more than the others because it was my first class, like my first GE. And I remember that we had to write papers and then like a public speech, I don't think it was a debate. I think it was just that we had to speak in as a group. And I'm gonna be honest, I ate that final project. I was moderator for my group. I remember practicing with my teammates, and then we did a presentation about saving the coral reef or whatever. I kind of ate that. It was enjoyable. I actually liked it. I liked the prof. I liked the class. I think that's going and enjoyable. We'll see if I'm thinking about if I would love to retake it. I wouldn't, because I was still in my shy girl era, and then we had to do a lot of presentations, so I was like mortified. But looking back, like maybe now I would like to retake it, but let's leave it at enjoyable. It wasn't that serious for me. GE, Math MW. This is Math in the Modern World, like MAT Modern World. And I think I remember these two. I remember the entire first year subjects because it was like first GE, first time. But I'm trying to remember what we studied. I remember the final paper. The final paper I had to write about the Fibonacci sequence, I think. But I don't know. I came from STEM in senior high school. Like into high school I loved math, and Math in the Modern World just seems so boring. I don't know. I learned something. I think I learned something. Kind of forgettable, but at least I remember it and I learned something. So congratulations, you passed. Oh. Now this one. GE Art App, which is art appreciation. This subject. No, this is the one I could confidently say. I said no names and I won't say names, but you can talk to me after. You can talk to me after. You can talk to me in the Discord. This prof for this subject that I got, my favorite prof, probably my favorite prof I've ever had in college ever. I love this class. This class was so fun. Every single meeting was different. Everything, it was like every meeting was so purposeful. There was a plan. We did it. It was fun. All the activities were fun. The papers were fun. It was graded super fairly, in my opinion. The outputs were really fun and enjoyable. We did like a debate in the middle of it. We did some fun little activities. So for art app, I really, really enjoyed it. All the tests I like super try-harded. They were really difficult. It was like, I remember the fact that I remember everything. It was like art and architecture and literature, and it was just so much fun. I would love to take this again with that prof. Like I genuinely would love that class. Art app? Oh, I was talking about my undying love for that subject. I would take it again any day. Any day. I would love to take it again. Specifically, I would love to. I was gonna put like love to take it again and then would take it again, but then what subject would I put in there that I wouldn't love to take again? Next is GU self. I think this is understanding the self. I don't know what we were supposed to do in that subject. I'm gonna be honest. Understanding the self. I think I remember what an output was. We made like a video about philosophy. I think this was supposed to be some kind of philosophical class. I do remember, and I do remember we had readings, and I do remember I enjoyed them. And then I remember we had to make a video, and that was fun. And then we got cut off by the pandemic. So honestly, learned something. I didn't like enjoy it. It wasn't that fun, but I learned something and I remember it. So that's what you're getting from me. GE Fitwell. Okay, so for this, there are four PE subjects. So we have four PE subjects in college. There's Fitwell, GE Teams, GE Sport, and GE Dance. You're supposed to take Fitwell and then GE Dance, and then Sport, I think, which is like solo sports, and then Teams, which is team sports. But it gets super messed up. You could take, by the way, you can take whatever subject at any time. I probably should have prefaced with that. Whatever. So Fitwell, I think, was like just working out. Oh, I don't remember what we did. Did I have that in school? Oh no, I didn't. This is pandemic. This is post-pandemic. Okay. I think Fitwell, yeah. Fitwell was year 1, term 3. So this was in the middle of the pandemic. I think this is when we did like self-defense dance. I think this is when I did a dance performance to Rihanna's Disturbia. Honestly, kind of enjoyable. I think it's only enjoyable because I was with friends, like, in that class. And also, it was, like, midst of pandemic, and everyone was really, really sad and lonely, and it was bad. It was, like, a few months in. And when we had that class, it was, like, everyone had to turn their cams on. And it was just, imagine a Zoom, a bunch of people, and then they were just working out, just having a good time, just having a laugh. That was really fun. But also, was it really? No, I'm gonna put it in... I'm gonna put it in enjoyable. It was kind of fun. I think we'll notice that it gets worse and worse as we go down. GE Philly 1. I think this is the last thing I did in year 1. I think... So there's GE Philly 1 and GE Philly 2, which is Filipino 1 and Filipino 2. I think they have different, like, subtitles. Like, I think that used to be Caspel, but I don't remember. I think I remember Philly 1 because of my group. I think we had to do a paper. I don't remember if the paper was 1 or 2. I'm gonna be honest. But I think I learned something in Philly 1 because I remember having that class. So I'm gonna put it in learned something. Why not? It's kind of forgettable, but I remember I learned something. Now this is when it gets entertaining for me personally speaking. Like, okay, so GE Teams and GE Sport. Let's flip them around because they're supposed to go one after the other. So GE Sport and GE Teams, they are supposed to be individual sports for GE Sport and team sports for GE Teams. So it's supposed to be like, what's an individual sport? Chess for sport or something, and then volleyball for teams. So you're supposed to like choose whichever one you want, right? This was in the middle of the pandemic, and we were supposed to take GE Dance that term. I actually really like dancing. I would have preferred to have dance. So me and a couple of my friends decided to take GE Dance once we finally go face to face. So we were like, let's postpone GE Dance. We'll see what happened with that later. But instead, we decided to take GE Sport and GE Teams in the pandemic. So, oh, I remember because I was worried that for GE Sport, one of the options was swimming, like in campus. I commute to and from. It's like a solid 40 minutes to an hour, depending on how bad the traffic is. I was not gonna go swimming in the middle of campus just to go take a bus and go home. So I didn't want to take that in person. I decided to take sport online. And then I think I heard someone say that GE Sport and GE Team, because what sport are we gonna play? What sport are we gonna play? Esports. These two subjects were Mobile Legends. Best days of my life, honestly. Obviously, we still had to work out. Like, we had PowerPoint presentations about how to play Mobile Legends, which is hilarious. I don't play Mobile Legends, but it was fun because I play League of Legends. But this was really entertaining. We did a warm-up, like, workout, played Mobile Legends, and then whoever lost would have to do more workout. Oh my goodness, finally, years of academy training. That was really fun. I took them both at the same time, and they were the exact same thing. So I had to just think of them in the same light. Honestly, enjoyable. Honestly, really fun. I would love to take them again, but I don't know if I just want to play more Mobile Legends or if Or if I genuinely want to learn, I wouldn't want to take swimming. I would love to take chess though, because I did chess in high school, and I would have loved to do like volleyball or something. That would be fun. I wouldn't want to do basketball though. It was too much RNG that I didn't want to risk. You know, Jerphis. I don't even know what that means. GERPHIS. Reading Filipino. Reading Philippines. In information. Don't know. What subject? What is this? What is Jerphis? Hold on. Let me consult the peanut gallery. I don't remember the subject. What does Jerphis mean? That's all I want to know. Jerphis, it's already going in the I forgot. I forgot it. I don't know what it means. I don't remember it. Yeah, you're going in forgot. I'm sorry. Speaking of forgot. Philly 2. See, now I'm confused if Philly 2 was a paper or not. I think, because in Philly 1 we learned about like Filipino literature, and in Philly 2, I don't know. Because everything I think of that I learned from Philly 2, I actually learned from Rizal instead. So I honestly don't think I learned much from Philly 2. Not to mention that this was in the pandemic. This was like a term after the term that got cut from the pandemic. Like the first full online term. I think I remember it, but I didn't learn anything. I'm sorry. We had Philly 1 and we had a paper and I learned a lot of things. And I don't think I learned anything from Philly 2. Sorry. Didn't make the cut. Year 2 is done. Up next is year 3. So we have GE Lit PH. I think Lit PH is Filipino literature, which I actually did enjoy. I think we had a lot of readings here. We did the basics. I think I do remember having this class, and I think I remember enjoying it. I'm gonna be honest. I think that means you get a didn't learn. GE Lit PH, sorry, didn't learn. Sorry, I don't even remember. I remember taking you as a class, and I remember nothing, kind of nothing. That was it. Final answer, didn't learn. Next, GE World. GE World. GE World. Do I remember that class? No. Would I remember it if I looked it up? Yes. Does that mean it's going into forgot? Let's give it a chance. World Lit. Oh, literature? Did we even... I guess it was readings? I don't remember. I remember that I didn't learn anything, but also I forgot it. So where does that go? Honestly, you're going into didn't learn. I didn't learn it. Like, if I learned something but I just forgot, it would have gone into forgot, but I genuinely didn't learn anything. I might just put Philly into forgot too. GE Rizal. Now this one, I remember learning in Rizal because it's like part of... I remember it because it shocked me that I learned so much. So take with that what you will. I thought it was a very good class. We had a good prof. And I just think it was interesting. It was like a really good take on Rizal as usual. So I learned something. It wasn't that enjoyable. It's a lot of reading, but whatever. Okay. Guest SOC. GESTSOC. I think this is Science, Technology, and Society. I was excited for this class. And then I took it. I think it was whatever the prof I had was. I remember being frustrated because we got a lot of points deducted for no reason. That's all I remember. So I do remember this class. I remember the output. I remember the output, and I remember not liking the output. And I also didn't learn anything. So honestly, I think this might be the first... Wish I didn't take it. I wish I didn't take it. See, this is extra disappointing because I would have loved this class. Like, Science, Technology, and Society, that's so interesting. And the curriculum just wasn't it. Even just looking at the curriculum, wasn't it. It wasn't the serve that they thought it was. Whatever. Up next. My next favorite. GE Ethic. I think there's a recurring theme because my two favorite profs I've ever had were my art app prof and my ethic prof. So already, you already know where you're going. You're going into love to retake. I would love to retake that class. And I've told that prof multiple times that I would love to retake that class. Actually, I think I've told both of those profs that I would love to retake those classes. GE Ethic was just like ethics. I feel like I would have not liked it as much if I didn't have that prof. I sacrificed everything to get into his class, like to make the schedules fit. Like the schedules did not work out, and I needed to make sure that they did. But yeah, it was fun because it wasn't that serious. Our prof didn't give us any tests, any homework, anything. Like no projects, no nothing. I just went there. He took attendance, and I was there every single time. But I think we had like one handwritten paper or something like that, and I talked about The Last of Us. So I took this. So this is year 4. I took this when The Last of Us was coming out, and I remember I was all alone in my class. Like I didn't know anyone, and I made friends with my seatmate because we talked about The Last of Us that was airing every week. So that's fun. Thank you, Neil. Thanks, Neil. And then GE Dance, the last of the GEs, GE Dance. I put it off so that I could take it in person. I don't know, gonna be honest. I think that I would have enjoyed it a lot if I just straight up took it in person, but I think because of the situation, I enjoyed it a lot more. So this is kind of complicated. What happened with our GE Dance is a little complicated. So we took GE Dance, we got there on the first day, and then something went wrong with our schedule, and so we were in like a super high intensity workout that just played music in the back. I wanted to dance. Me and my friends wanted to like dance. Like straight up dance. So instead we were just doing high intensity with music, and we were really upset. And then we found out we were in the wrong class. We spent the whole week in the wrong class, which sucked. So afterwards we complained about it. And then we found out that we were out of teachers to have the class. So it was either we stuck with the original class or we go online to have GE Dance online. Which is like, it was already the last term, I think, that we could have taken a GE, so we were really upset, and we did not want to go online for this. So what we did is that we took it online, but we went to campus anyway, took a room, and then had it together, but online. Like we would set up the camera to show all of us, and we would dance together, but through Zoom, if that makes sense. It was super fun. We were allowed to go into a room, just us, and there was like a glass, there was glass as windows, but then there were blinds behind them, so they were essentially like mirrors, which is super fun. It was like a whole little private room to have GE Dance by ourselves. It was so much fun. And it was actually dance. Like, I remember we did some BTS. I remember we did like Butter and Dynamite and like warm-ups, like steezy warm-ups. It was really fun. Honestly, I would love to retake this class. I would love to retake it. That was all the GEs. I think this pretty evened out. Did I really learn anything in GU Self? No, I did. I can't lie to myself. I really did learn something. This is me trying by Taylor Swift. No, this is me like I actually tried. I actually cared. I actually cared about studying, and I cared about doing the classes. Maybe except for the ones in orange and blue, year 2 and year 3, because that was like in the pandemic. I didn't care nearly as much because I was like, the world is ending. What's the point? But yeah, they're pretty fun. So now, bonus round. We have a bonus round. We're doing the LC subjects. I don't know what that means. Don't know what that stands for. Let's start with LC N-word. Don't remember. Forgot. I don't remember. I think that was early on. So honestly, I wish I didn't take it. Forgettable. Is it? Or did I not? Did I just not learn? Whatever. LC Faith. I think I remember that subject. LC Faith readings, long AF. Readings? It was just a bunch of readings. I think I remember that actually. Wish I didn't take it. Sorry. And then... See, okay, the only reason I have a bonus round is for this class, because I was looking at the GE subject and I was like, where was that? Where's ASEAN? Because I was looking for GE ASEAN, and there wasn't GE ASEAN. It was LC ASEAN. This is ASEAN, like straight up. It was a Southeast Asian class, like about the politics and the relationship and the history of countries in Southeast Asia. When I tell you, I had like a little bit of low expectations for this class, but it completely blew me away. We did this thing where we were separated into groups, and I was alone in my group, and we had like one Southeast Asian country for each group, and I was assigned Thailand. It's still my most watched video on YouTube. No, it's still like in my YouTube. That's what that class is for. That's what that video was for. That's the class that video was for, is ASEAN. So I made a YouTube video about this. about Thailand, which was the country I was assigned to. And I spent like a few weeks just on a crazy deep dive about Thailand. I don't know why I was so obsessed with it. Their history is just so great and it's so fun, and their people are so great and their culture is so great. It was so interesting. And our prof was so interesting, and it was a fun little class. I think I had this in 4th year as well. I had that along with my minors, so it was enjoyable. There wasn't a heavy workload at all. It was fun. Everyone had like a different country each, so there was a lot of expertise that everyone had, and it was enjoyable. Honestly, would I retake it? No, it was enjoyable. It was enjoyable. Because I would love to put it in love to retake, but no, it was just okay. I wouldn't love to I would gladly retake it. I wouldn't love to retake it. There's the final ranking. I'm actually, let's remove that. I think that's fair. If anyone has any qualms about it. No, it's okay. We can have differing opinions. Honestly, I feel like for a lot of these classes here at the bottom, if I had them like in person, maybe it'd be different. But then for a lot of these on top, if I had them in person, I'm pretty sure they'd be different too. Maybe if I had a prof whose teaching style matched my learning style, what a very diplomatic way to put that, then I'm pretty sure I would enjoy some of these more. Maybe it's because a lot of the ones in this tier are green, so they were in 1st year. Maybe if they happened later, I would remember them. Like, a lot of this is just because I don't remember. And I was too preoccupied, maybe with majors that I had that term. But honestly, this is not bad. To my love to retake section, the best profs I've ever had, specifically for art app and G ethic. Like, every time I see the names now, I'm like, heart eye emoji. I recommend everyone take them. Again, you can message me in Discord after. And then wish I didn't. It's not personal. Everyone in the wish I didn't take, I don't think it was necessarily the prof. Maybe except for this one. These ones, they weren't bad at all. I actually don't remember them. It's just that I remember enough, which is to say I remember that I did not care. I remember I did not care for these. And it's just like, I actually would rather have not taken them. Kind of irrelevant. Like, it wasn't something that I couldn't just learn by myself. That's the vibe I get. And these ones, I didn't learn, but there was some worth to them. Like, they were classes. Or whatever. It was a necessary evil. I don't need to enjoy all the classes I take. What other disclaimer can I put? Yeah, this is not personal. This is just for fun. My experience is different from your experience. If you want to talk more about the classes, about the profs, about the workload, etc. Again, you can hit me up in the Discord. And then, yeah. I actually do want to do one of these, but for my major classes. I'm excited to do that one on stream also, because I know a lot of people have stuff to say about that. But I wanted to do this first so that we can get it out of the way, because I don't know. Just why not? Just why not? Anyway, I'm gonna end this video because I'm gonna go play video games. Goodbye, everybody! Again, if you want to talk to me more, hit me up on the Discord, and yeah, discuss in the comments if you have differing opinions, or if you have something to say. Thank you very much. Or if you have ideas on what else I could do. Thank you. Goodbye. How come this side of my hair is nice and this side is sticking out? Oh well.